Let's speak now to the royal commentator, Robert Jobson. Robert is also the author, of course, of the book, Our King Charles III, The Man and the Monarch Revealed, and a splendid book it is. Thanks for joining us, Robert. The big question is this. The King seems to be on the mend. Prince Harry flew in. The King has flown out. And now William has announced no plans to meet the prodigal son. If there were any hopes of a royal reunion, it seems to have been dashed.
Yeah, I didn't expect there to be a royal reunion with William, but 45 minutes with the King, I think that's okay. The reality is they haven't been on great terms. It's an opportunity for them to build a few bridges, for a father and a son to say have a hug, and then that's great. If Harry wanted to do that and come over, we can all understand why he did it. I should imagine the King probably didn't want any fuss, because of course all of us will be talking about this meeting and making it into something about reconciliation, etc. So really, probably in the King's mind, he'd probably preferred it if Harry had stayed in LA after the telephone call. But, it's quite a lot for a son to do. It's a long way away, and he probably just wanted to come and see his dad and speak to him face to face.
Robert, fascinating line in your book. To Charles, being monarch has nothing to do with power. He believes his role is to lead, and yet so soon after the coronation, so soon after taking power, after a dutiful lifetime in waiting, already it seems that we may be looking ahead to William stepping up, back on duty, of course, yesterday.
Yeah, but there's a moment we're jumping the gun a bit here. The reality is William will be on duty tomorrow. He's going to carry out an investiture, as did Princess Royal today, and then she went into a series of engagements in the Midlands. Monarchies, in terms of the extended engagements, is carried out by other members of the firm. The constitutional duties will be carried out by the King. He's going to carry on doing that. He's going to be carrying on with the red boxes. He's going to be carrying on meeting the Prime Minister. So, that's not going to change at all. And as for William, William is always going to be, would be like his father did for Her Majesty, the late Majesty the Queen. He will step in, if necessary, on constitutional duties. So we'll have to wait and see how that develops. William's very young, he's a 41-year-old fit guy, and he'll be there to support the King as much as he needs. But abdication's not something that's really going to be considered, and the King will just hopefully have to pace himself when he makes a full recovery.
But the indications seem good. He's able and well enough to travel back to the palace. He's able and well enough, the King, to take a helicopter to Sandringham. So for the moment, at any rate, Robert, the prognosis and the outlook seems to be good.
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's trying to get on with the job in hand. And what he will have to do, I think, is probably slow down. I've been at Humphrey's house when he was carrying out duties, and he was almost falling asleep as he was standing. He worked so hard. So I think that he's going to have to pace himself and be supported by the other members of the royal family. But in terms of his duties, I don't foresee there being a major issue. What he will be doing, I think, at Buckingham Palace, at Sandringham when he goes there, is resting a little bit. He could be away from the humdrum of everybody asking him questions and wanting to see the next person, and the busyness of being the head of the nation, to be the head of state. And I think he'll get some moments of rest there. More than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if he, just was there so that he could just read a book, do a bit of painting, because he stopped painting because his watercolors, because he hadn't got the time. Let's hope that creativity can come back and he can have a bit of time to do some painting and relax just a little bit, because he's very hard on himself.
And of course, Robert, for Prince Harry, it's a long way to come from Los Angeles and back for a 45-minute whistle-stop tour. And now I assume his thoughts will turn back to his day job, making Netflix documentaries.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I think that it's not that bad a flight. I've done it, but if you're in first class, it's even better. So I'm sure he was only ever going to come in for meet his dad overnight and then fly back. I can't imagine it was going to be an extended stay.
OK, Robert Jobson, thank you very much. The author of the book, Our King Charles III, The Man and the Monarch Revealed. Thanks very much for joining us on GB News.